Welcome to the Deep Dive, your shortcut to being well-informed. We try to pack in surprising facts, maybe a little bit of humor too, just to keep you hooked.
Hopefully.
Yeah, so today we're diving into a story, a historical narrative that really, blurs the lines between fact and fiction. It's all centered on this one figure who, well, profoundly shaped a nation. Our mission really is to understand not just a complex character, but maybe the soul of a place, all through the lens of literature, which is a pretty unique way to go about it.
It really is. It's a fantastic way to engage with history, I think.
Yeah.
It lets you get much deeper into the psychology of a leader, but also the identity of a whole region at the same time.
Right. You really get a feel for it.
Exactly. You do.
Okay, so our subject for this deep dive,
Right.
Wayne Johnston's huge historical novel, The Colony of Unrequited Dreams. We've basically pulled key insights from descriptions of the book itself. So you get this concentrated understanding of Newfoundland's big transformation, the tricky parts of leadership, and just how powerful storytelling can be. You'll find out how Johnston uses this really interesting narrative approach and these unforgettable characters to make history feel, well, alive.
And our source material, just to be clear, it's drawn from different excerpts about the novel. So descriptions, reviews, summaries, giving us a kind of rich overview of its core ideas, its strengths, the main themes.
Like the concentrated essence of the book.
Exactly. Ready for us to unpack.
Okay, so to really get a handle on The Colony of Unrequited Dreams, we have to start with its core idea, which is pretty audacious, actually. It's a fictionalized account of Joey Smallwood's life.
The first premier of Newfoundland.
Yeah, very first. And Johnston doesn't just, tell his story. He throws us right into the mind of this character who's, well, he's deeply flawed, but also, you can't deny, magnetic.
And what's really fascinating there is the narrative frame he uses. The whole novel is presented as if it's Smallwood's own memoir, written late in his life.
Right.
And that's not just style, it's fundamental. It means every single page is soaked in Smallwood's, his particular wit, his famous bombast, and maybe most importantly, his very self-serving way of explaining things.
Yeah, justifications.
Exactly. So, I mean, how does having that kind of biased but still totally compelling first-person view change how you, as a reader, engage with the truth of it all?
That's the hook, isn't it? It's not just what he says, but how he spins that story for himself. And the descriptions we looked at, they consistently point to the writing itself, the rich, vivid prose.
Oh, yeah.
It apparently just transports you to Newfoundland. You feel the landscape, the culture. It's palpable. You get that harshness, but also the resilience of the people just through the language.
And if we connect that to the bigger picture, the setting isn't just like a background detail.
Yeah.
It basically is another character. The way the environment is described so meticulously, it really highlights the huge challenges they faced and that fiercely unique identity Newfoundland had and still has. It's not just geography. It's fundamental to understanding Smallwood's ambition and, the whole province's rough ride from colony to joining Canada.
But, okay, the novel gets even more interesting, I think, beyond just Smallwood's voice. One of the things people talk about most is this central relationship, often pretty spiky, between Smallwood and this fictional journalist, Sheilagh Fielding. And it's not a side thing. It's described as a real driving force, a crucial counterpoint that shapes the entire story.
Which brings up this vital question about perspective, right? It's kind of central to the book's brilliance. Fielding's viewpoint, it's this cynical, clear-eyed balance to Smallwood's often, let's say, grandiose and self-justifying story.
Totally.
Her being there transforms the book from just a kind of fictional biography into this powerful commentary on how we even understand history. It forces you, the reader, to constantly question the truth being presented.
Yeah, you're always weighing things up.
Exactly. It shows that historical understanding often comes from this negotiation between different stories, competing ones, deeply personal, sometimes totally contradictory accounts.
So what does all this mean for the kind of bigger story Johnston is telling? Beyond the specific characters in the setting, the novel really digs into the huge political and social changes in Newfoundland.
Right.
You see its journey, from being this pretty desperate colony to Confederation with Canada. And along the way, it explores these really universal themes: ambition, betrayal, love, and that really complicated, often tense relationship between a leader and the people.
Indeed. While it looks like a fictionalized life story of one guy, it ends up being so much more. It's often described as almost like a love letter to a province, grappling with its own identity, its place in the world. Which means Even if you don't know much about Canadian history going in, the sheer emotional weight of the story and how it explores these basic human things makes it incredibly powerful and, frankly, relatable to anyone.
Okay, so let's maybe pull together some of the key takeaways from this deep dive into Wayne Johnston's The Colony of Unrequited Dreams. First off, it's clearly not just a fictional biography of Joey Smallwood. It's this huge, vivid exploration of Newfoundland itself, its identity, its dramatic shift into being a Canadian province.
Yeah.
We've seen how Johnston cleverly mixes real history with imaginative storytelling, all wrapped up in that really rich, evocative writing that makes the place and the people feel incredibly real.
And we definitely can't forget the crucial role of Sheilagh Fielding, the fictional journalist. Her cynical, challenging view isn't just there to counter Smallwood's self-serving memoir.
Right.
It actually pushes us, the readers, to think critically about how historical stories get built in the first place. And this whole dynamic lets the novel really explore those big, universal themes. Ambition, betrayal, that complex link between a leader and the people they lead.
So for you, the listener, getting a handle on a narrative like this, it deepens your appreciation for, well, the complexities of historical context, sure, but also the nuances of political fiction.
And just the amazing way literature can breathe life into a time and place and its people. This deep dive, hopefully, has given you a concentrated understanding of a really significant book, one that's both a powerful emotional story and a fascinating lens on a key part of Canadian history.
So here's something to maybe chew on after this. Given how The Colony of Unrequited Dreams uses this fictionalized account, but frames it as a self-serving memoir, what does it actually take for us to really form our understanding of historical figures, especially when their own versions of their stories are so compelling, but also so obviously flawed?